everyone, it's Kelsey here with the second part of my Starting Project Life video series. I'm doing this in collaboration with my friend and Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, Wilma Hingler. So you might be watching this on my regular YouTube channel, or maybe you're one of Wilma's regulars and you're watching it on her Facebook page. But I just wanted to kind of show you a process video of Project Life and just see how it comes together. So I thought I would talk you through a couple of things real quick. I printed off my photos here. I printed most of them off in 4x6 size. These are from a trip to Arizona a couple years ago. So I've never got them scrapbooked. They've been sitting on my computer. I'm just waiting to be printed and loved. So I printed them all out. And as you can tell, these are all 4x6s. And then these, they're two 3x4s on a 4x6 sheet. And this one is a 4x6, but I'm planning to cut it down because I just want to get this little piece in there. So I'll show you how I do that in my process video. But these two, I just wanted to show you. You can do this style if you're wanting to print at Walgreens, Walmart, online through Snapfish or somewhere. Or if you want to print at home on this 4x6 paper, there are plenty of apps on your phone or on your computer that you can get. I personally love the photo sheet. I use it on my computer, and you just drag and drop two pictures that are vertical, and it makes them into a 4x6 layout with two photos on there. And there's lots of different orientations. So as you're playing around with Project Life, or maybe just some projects around your home, it's got some great sizes of photos that you can print out and play with different sizes. So I'm going to go ahead and trim these and trim this one down. And the Project Life pockets are just a smidge smaller than 3 inches wide. I believe it's something like 2 7/8 inches wide. So just remember that when you're cutting down your photos, you're going to have to cut a little off one side or the other of the photos. Usually in my photos it works out that when I'm cutting down the middle, I just cut a little off one side and a little off the other. I'm not too picky about measuring, so it comes out just enough to fit the pockets, because obviously you can see the stitching here just won't allow for that perfect 3-inch pocket. And then the other choice that you have is to round the corners or not round the corners. The typical Becky Higgins Project Life cards and accessories have rounded corners, but one thing that they did different when they did Project Life by Stampin' Up! Is they left the corners square. So it's totally your choice whether you want these to be square or rounded, and they do sell the corner rounder through Stampin' Up! So it's just a punch and it rounds your corners for you. And then you can do that to all your cards as well. I actually like looking at it both ways, but today, to save a little bit of time, to make this really simple and easy like we all want it to be, I'm just going to leave my corners square on the photos and the cards. And I am using the Let's Get Away pack from Stampin' Up! I'm using the card kit and the accessory kit, so I've got some cute paper clips and some cute little dots and washi tape and other little things. So I'll be using the cards in the accessory kit, and this was in the Celebration catalog, and you can purchase those items while supplies last until June 2nd, I am told. So I'm just going to get everything out where I can kind of see everything. And if I were doing this Project Life spread as a normal week, like I typically do, I would have 2 page protectors, and one would be facing this way, and then the other one would be like this. Since this is kind of like a special spread and it's just going in with my regular scrapbooking, I'm actually just going to use a front and back page. That way I've only got 1 page, front and back. And so you won't be able to see both sides of the spread at once, but that way I'm not wasting any pockets on the front or back. Alright, so I am going to speed up the video from here, and we will get started.
Okay, so now you can see the video is sped up a little bit, and I'm going to just start cutting apart these photos. Once again, I'm just keeping in mind that those pockets aren't a perfect 3 inches wide, and so I'm cutting them just a hair short. And on that one, it was a 4x6 that I decided to cut down into a 3x4 because I just didn't want as many distractions on the 4x6 photo, and I just wanted a small portion of that photo. So I'm going to go through everything a lot. You're going to see me go through the cards and the sticker sheets a lot just because I'm trying to make up my mind about a lot of things. I really love these overlays, and I think it gives it such a neat filtered look, and kind of gives it a halo effect on some of them. So I really liked that, and I just really had fun playing with it. So I'm trying to just make sure that the frame will fit in the pocket perfectly. And I think I ended up trimming it down just a little bit, just because, like I said, the page protectors are a little bit small. And then I accidentally tore my frame in half, as you can see here. I damaged it a little bit, but I'm going to cover that up later. My photo wasn't square on there, and when I tried to peel it up, it wouldn't let me. So I did struggle a little bit putting that frame on there, but like I said, you'll be able to see that I get it fixed. And then I just trim a little bit of that extra photo off the bottom there. So here I'm looking for a sticker to cover up that corner at the top where I had ripped it, and I just chose this sticker that says Bon Voyage, and you would never even know that it wasn't part of the frame or that I had ripped the frame. So it fits just perfectly. It's one thing that's great about working with the collections like this is that they all fit and work together, and everything looks good together. So here, as you can see, I'm just trimming off a tiny little strip off the side just to make sure it fits in that pocket more smoothly. And that's going to be done for that pocket. So this is something that you can decide for yourself if you want to put stickers on your photos or not. I honestly can't say what will happen in 20 or 50 years since I put a sticker on a photo. The photo may not last as well. I'm honestly not sure. But for me, I'm just like, I like the decorating aspect, and I like being able to put things on photos, especially a label spot like that. Not only is it really cute to look at, and it shows the road, so it's got the little route sign on there, but then it also gives me a spot to journal about that photo and just make a little caption about the photo. So that's totally up to you whether you want to put things directly on your photos or not. You could always trim it down just a little bit and mat it on a 4x6 card and do a little bit of journaling on the 4x6 card. Completely up to you. And here, I'm just kind of making a little bit of a filler card or a title card just to kind of show that this is all about our trip to Arizona a few years back, which I say a few years, and I think it's actually been about 7 years, so time gets away from you very quickly. And for that pocket, I just put a little bit of washi tape on there and a sticker. And then for this pocket, I'm going to put a paper clip up there on the corner. And one thing you have to keep in mind, the paper clip is probably going to stick up above the pocket just a little bit. So you might only want to do it on the front side of the page protector where the opening is, because the opening is only on one side. So here I took a 4x6 card, and I'm just cutting this little arrow out. All I wanted was the arrow off of that 4x6 card, so it was perfect to kind of make my own embellishment, and just glue it directly on the photo. And I love doing that with cards, especially if it's a card that you know it's not necessarily your favorite card. You can make it your own by cutting out part of the image that you want and just using that as an embellishment itself. And like I said, of course, it's going to coordinate with the rest of your kit because it is already all coordinated together. So it's going to coordinate with the embellishments and the stickers and the cards. So it's really perfect. Here, this is just a regular filler card that was in the set, and I just put a couple of those little yellow dot stickers and a little arrow sticker, and just kind of decorated it just a little bit because I like to do that. And again, that's a choice that you can make for yourself or not. If you want to do that, you can certainly decorate the cards more or less. And if you just want to do nothing and just put that card in there, then that's perfectly fine too. That's one thing that I really love about Project Life. It really is what you make it. Do you have time? Do you have the inclination? If so, then embellish away. If you just want to write things down and put the pictures in the pockets and put a couple of filler cards in there, that's all you have to do. So, like I said, I like to make mine a little more fancy, I guess you would call it, but really, it's such a simple process that I love it, and I love that you can decorate it as much or as little as you want. So here I'm going to do just a little bit of journaling. It's got a couple of prompts on there. So that made it really easy to just fill in and answer the prompts. And I believe it was where are you and what are you doing? I think is basically the sentiment of the two prompts. So now I'm going to flip this over and lay the photos out that I want. And I'm going to have one empty pocket that I will have to find a way to fill up somehow. And you'll see how I fill that up in a minute. Like I said, I'm going through a lot of the cards here. I start flipping through them at the end. But one thing I try to do was balance out some of the colors. If I've got a lot of blues on the page, I'll try to bring a little bit of that yellow back in, or a little bit of that orange, and just try to make the page less completely blue, especially since there are touches of red from the rocks. And so I was looking through these 4x4 cards, and I really like that little car, but I was trying to find it in a different color because I really wanted the little car to be pulling that trailer. I think it's really cute, and I think it fits perfectly with the Arizona theme, even though we didn't, we flew out there the first time and we loved it so much out there that we ended up moving out there. My husband's job was already based out there. So we did have a reason, but we loved it so much that we decided to relocate, and make it nicer for him. And it was just such a beautiful area. So that's kind of what this journaling card will be about. It's just that we love the area so much that we literally piled all our stuff in a camper and drove it out there. So I just thought adding this little car on there made it look like it was just hitched to that trailer and we were going on. And then I used these little chevron or arrow stickers and just pointing those like we're zooming away to the west. So I really love how easily Project Life makes it to tell a story. I really love documenting our weeks with it, and even though it's just the two of us, it's fun to see what photos we take and the little things that are going on in our lives, and it's fun to document those, and that's how I normally do Project Life. But I think it's also a great way of documenting a special occasion, like a vacation, a road trip, a graduation, holidays, birthdays. It's just such a great system for documenting your life, especially if you feel like the 12x12 format is a little bit scary, or it's a little bit too artistic, or just whatever you feel about 12x12 layouts. I really feel like the pockets make it a little less scary, makes it just a little bit more manageable, and you only have to focus on one small piece at a time, and a lot of those are just photos. So it's really easy. So mostly you can tell I'm just putting stickers on some of the cards and some of the photos just to kind of dress them up a little bit. And I'm trying to neaten my desk as I go because I get really messy when I do Project Life. But I like to have everything out on the desk at once. So I'm trying to straighten up a little bit as I'm coming to the end here. And I'm going to start putting everything in the pockets. And here you can see that the pockets are on the back side. So only one side has the opening, so that's just one thing you have to be a little bit more aware of, but you get used to that pretty quickly. So that is pretty much going to wrap up this Project Life spread. So I really hope that if you're new to Project Life and Stampin' Up! That you enjoyed this video. And if you liked what you saw here, if you want to ask any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll answer any questions that I can. And if you're interested in any of these products, make sure and talk to Wilma Hingler. I will leave her Facebook page down below in the comments so that you can go over and talk to her and order some of your own Project Life goodies.